Hi Taurus, welcome to Spirit Mail. Today we're going to find out what Spirit wants you to know. This is my favorite reading because we don't ask about love or career or anything like that. We just let them have their way with the message. So, without further ado, we're going to find out. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you for tarot as a tool, and thank you for giving us messages through these cards. We ask you to show us clearly what is your message for Taurus as it relates to the weeks coming in the month of March. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Show us clearly what is your message specifically for Taurus. Now, I want to remind you that this is a general reading and a collective reading, so if it does not resonate with you, check out your moon and rising signs. Also, it's not specific to any category in life, just life itself and you. Current energy, beautiful, messenger of water. What's crossing you? Wow, queen of water. The underlying energy is a tower. Near recent past is the ace of fire. Your crowning energy is the nine of air. Your near future is the seven of air. Your feeling toward all this is the messenger of air. Wow. Your outside influence is the six of earth. Your hopes and fears is the five of air. Got a lot of air in there, guys. And your outcome is the 10 of fire. Okay. So we're going to dig right into this. Your messenger of air is where you are right now, right? This is, for me, this card is very, speaks volumes, right? Because it's like she's looking at herself and this is how she sees herself, as small and irrelevant, small and not necessarily that important. She has big ideas and big dreams. She has things that she wants to do, but she's really thinking that she's, it's that thing, that mind that we have, that who do you think you are, that you're going to be the one to do this, right? So this is like almost like a struggle, right? But there's something deep in your heart, deep at the core of you, that you want to bring out, and it has to do with acceptance not only of yourself but helping other people possibly accept themselves. It's some kind of different way of showing up and expressing for you. And it's deep within here. You just hadn't figured out how to get it out here because you think, okay, I'm not the right person for this. What's crossing you is the Queen of Water. So the Queen of Water will either, not the Queen of Water, but the crossing card can either move you forward or hold you back. So the Queen of Water is the very mature representation of unconditional love, of self-love unconditionally, of self-acceptance. And because she fills her own cup first, it pulls out or fills out into the people around her, okay? So because it's crossing her, I feel like what it's saying to you, Taurus, is once you get to this place where you understand the necessity to fill your own cup first, you're going to be able to move forward right here, where this picture will be reversed, and this is who you will know that you are. But until we get to that place, I feel like you're still going to be held back somewhat because it's this struggle, and with all this air, it's a mental struggle. I feel like, and I'm not necessarily talking to just women, because men, you guys go through this too. We, y'all, like how I get myself all tongue-tied, like whenever I have to say something fast. It's coming out of my mouth, whatever, faster than it's registered in my brain, or vice versa. But anyway, my age group especially, and even some of you people who are younger than me, but definitely those who are older than me, we're brought up in an era, we're brought up to believe that we have to put others before us, right? And again, this isn't just women, This is men too. We have to work. We become just a paycheck if we're a man. We're the paycheck. We're the provider. That's all we're here for, is to go out there, make that money, and bring it home so that the wife and kids can have what they need, or if in that traditional sense. Or if you're the woman that, you have to give up everything. You give up your life completely because you're there to take care of your husband or take care of your kids, and everything gets put on hold. And this isn't everybody, but this is a specific situation. I'm giving an example. So whenever she comes to a place where the kids are grown, and now she's trying to find out who she is and walk into what she believes is her path, she kind of hesitates because she thinks, well, this is all I am. And I'm saying she because there's a she right here, but guys, you do it too, right? So Spirit's saying, whenever you see yourself as valuable, whenever you step into this more solid understanding of your value, you're going to be able to move forward. And your underlying energy is a tower. It's like, this, okay? It's like an epiphany you've had. This tower is not about destruction. Look at that tower, how beautiful it is. But it represents the epiphany that comes during a tower moment, or after a tower moment, or when we look back on a tower moment, right? It's like you're getting the revelation without having to go through the deconstruction, pretty much. And it's because somewhere in your recent past, there's this fire been lit in your belly, and it's something that Spirit gave you, that Spirit brought forth in your life. Again, whether it was an internal revelation, whether somebody spoke something into your life, whatever it was, you had a revelation that your life is not over just because now you're not who you used to be. You're no longer the mom. You're no longer the wife, you're no longer the husband, you're no longer the dad, whatever it is. I mean, you'll always be those things if you're a mom or a dad, but what I mean is they're not in your home anymore. You're not the person to be responsible for their welfare anymore. So now you find yourself like, okay, what? And it's like Spirit said, I'm going to tell you what. And so you've had this revelation, but you're kind of caught in this back and forth about, well, do I have a right to do that? I've never done anything except be a mom. Who am I to go and whatever it is that you're struggling with? But it's all this, right? So this is the crowning energy for you. And for me, the crowning energy is your guides, your angels, the archangels, your higher self, the Holy Spirit, right? They're wanting to help you rise above it all. They're wanting to help you to stop having those sleepless nights where you're going back and forth in your head telling yourself why you can't do whatever it is that you think you want to do. They're wanting you to rise above those self-sabotaging thoughts, those thoughts that hold you captive, right? In the near future, you're going to make peace with quite a bit of it. Like, you're going to make total peace with a lot of it, and the energies are there for this to happen, and you'll be able to move forward in whatever this is that Spirit is nudging you toward, Taurus. And then your attitude toward it all is like you're feeling kind of dogmatic about it. Like, you really want to do this, you really want to make it happen, but you're struggling with all that stuff again because you're thinking to yourself, who do I think I am, right? So and you're feeling pretty dogmatic about it, about figuring it out, about working it out. But the good thing is your spirit guides are too, your angels, your spirit team, whoever it is that you work with, they're feeling pretty dogmatic about it too, because they're wanting you to rise above it. So your outside influence is the 6 of Earth. Okay, so this is about generosity. It's about equal give and take. It's about coming into a place where not only do you give, but you learn to receive. That's another thing. Dads, moms, husbands, wives, sometimes we forget that we're supposed to receive too. We spend so much time giving, so much time doing our job that it's sometimes it's a pride issue, but sometimes it's just that we don't know how to receive. But I feel like Spirit there's something in your life or somebody, it could be something or somebody that has has been feeding into your life, and you're slowly learning how to do that other part of the art of giving and receiving. So then you have your hope and fear. You're going to get here, right? And then your hope and fear is to rise above the conflict of it all. You want to rise above it, again, just like your spirit guides are wanting you to rise above it. But there's something deep inside of you that's kind of, again, that struggle, that who do I think I am, that I'm the one to go out there and do this, whatever this is for you. I've never run a corporation, and now want to open a nonprofit. I've only been a mom all my life, and I just want to open a nonprofit. Who do I think I am? That kind of stuff. Or whatever it would be for you if you're a guy. But this is your hope and fear, is to rise above it. So your outcome, and I love this outcome because you are going to give up all of those thought things. You're going to release those burdens. You're going to do it with purpose. You're going to be passionate about it. I told a story one time about having some things that I was dealing with. Actually, it was people that I was having a hard time letting go of something. And finally, Spirit said, give it to me. Write it down and burn it up. They showed me this card. Write it down, whatever those worries are, whatever those issues are, write it down and then burn it up to me so that you can't keep picking it up again. So I feel like you're going to get to that place where you're finally going to release it once and for all. And you're going to be able to move forward in whatever this is that you're wanting to bring forth. Messages, the messenger of air and the messenger of water, they're the same as the nights. So I feel like whatever it is deep within you, it's like you're wanting to bring it out somewhere. And it may just be the way you express at work. It may just be the way you express with your kids. It may be you're wanting to start something. It's going to be different for everybody. This is a general reading and a collective reading. So it's not going to resonate with everybody, but the ones it does resonate with, it's going to fit in different areas of our lives. So we're going to pull an overall theme for the month of March. Positive movement forward is what I'm seeing here, right? We didn't get that card, but that's what I'm seeing. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for our friends born under the sign of Taurus, and thank you for giving us messages that help us to understand that we're on the right path. You give us clarification, confirmation, and validation. We thank you so much for showing us this message. Please give us an overall theme. Again, we thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. The talisman, yes. Okay, so this is like where you take lessons that are crystallized, right? Things that you've learned along the way that have been crystallized in you, and you understand them as things to help teach others with, or things to help. And I'm not saying you're going to go out there and be a teacher, but even your life can be a teaching mechanism. The way you live your life now, as you know, in this new way, now that everything is different. 49 is the number. The 4 is about firm footing. The 9 for me is about graduating. And then you add them together and then you get another 4, so it's firm footing. So it's like you're leaving one very solid way of life that you've done for a very, very long time. You're graduating it and moving into another very solid way of life, if that makes sense to you. But you're struggling right now with it, but it's going to be okay. Okay, so it says a lesson truly learned is crystallized as earned wisdom. So you have all you need for the success that you seek. So that is speaking directly to this right here, because you're thinking to yourself, who am I? And Spirit's saying, your experience is very valuable. It turns into wisdom. Right? Your experience becomes wisdom. So it says wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right things to do and the best choices to make. You really cannot make a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you. for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You've learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. You've learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. I love, love, love that. Okay, let's get the PS. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for my friends born under the sign of Taurus. Please show us clearly, what is the PS? We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Show us clearly, what is the PS for Taurus? I love this. Okay, Taurus. Leaving behind those things that don't serve you. Okay, so, and I feel like that's what this whole message basically is about, is these thoughts, you know, that who am I to think I can add value to anybody's life? All I've ever known is to be a mom and be a wife, right? I'm not speaking for myself because y'all know that's not my story, but and for a guy, you know, retiring, all I've done is ever work. All I've ever done is work. Now, who am I supposed to be now? You know, leave behind those thoughts, because that's what your struggle is. It's the thoughts. It's those things that we ruminate around in our head, and we try to figure out and analyze. And this is emotionally, passionately loving yourself in an unconditional way. Leave behind those things, because whenever we get to this place, we understand how to do this. We understand how to overcome those thoughts that no longer serve us. Yeah. And look, there's reason to celebrate. This is the Three of Cups. This is about a total celebration. There's accomplishments that you've had, this wisdom that you've gained along the way. You can celebrate that. And whenever you express yourself in this new way, whether you're starting something or whatever, I feel like Spirit's saying, celebrate it. Celebrate the beginning of something new. Celebrate the graduation of this life into the graduation of the new life. It's going to be beautiful, and you're going to have very firm footing. The wisdom and the experiences that you bring with you from your past help you stand solid in this now. I love this. Look. And they're saying this is a real struggle for you you're sitting here doing this, and your spirit guides, your spirit team is saying, no, we want you to come above that. So I feel like Spirit's saying, this is your focus. Please release your worries, Taurus. Please release your worries, your doubts, your fears, your feelings of smallness. You release all that. Release it to your guides. Let them take it from you. Write it down on papers, whatever those self-sabotaging thoughts are, right? Write it down on papers and burn it up to Spirit. Get rid of it, because they're saying you're still hanging on to so much, and this is where your guides are wanting to bring you to, where you actually rise above it. That's the same card, right? It's two different interpretations of that card. So this is where you are, and Spirit, your guide, your team is wanting you to be here, where you rise above it. Look, I just looked at the bottom of the card in the last reading I did. I very seldom ever do that, but I did it again, and look, there's your Ten of Cups. So it's like you're going to find fulfillment in this next chapter in a way that you've never experienced it before. And it's going to be something that's going to blow your mind, Taurus. That's how I feel. So, okay. Thank you so much for stopping in, guys. The shares, the likes, the subscribes. If you're a passerby and you don't do all the subscribing and the ringing the bell, thank you anyway for stopping in. I appreciate the time that you spend in the Spirit Mail community. You guys go out and have a super duper day. Bye.